Wrestling fans, we are getting a look at one of the mainstays here in championship wrestling from Florida. The one, the only, the maniacal Kevin Sullivan. I don't mind telling you this guy is not very tightly wrapped. There is absolutely no predicting what Kevin Sullivan will do to anybody. Here tonight, Sullivan looking to claim a part of the championship wrestling from Florida gold as the tag team partner of Kevin Sullivan, recently acquired, I might add, Mike Rotundo, forming the Varsity Club. Both of these men quite capable of becoming tag team champions anywhere at any time. They have the skill set for it. They've got a long, illustrious history where they know each other quite well. And you see Kevin Sullivan welcoming the champions out to the ring. And here they are. And they are indeed the Florida Tag Team Champions, the Sheepherders. One of the most unpredictable tandems in the history of wrestling. Sheepherders recently making their presence felt here in championship wrestling from Florida by taking those tag team titles from the Fabulous Ones. Sullivan and Rotundo with a look of confidence, but it will take more than that to beat the Sheepherders. Luke and Butch going left to right. You wonder just how much of the Sheepherders is for show. Are they really as maniacal as they appear, or is that to gain a psychological advantage over their opposition? We're never 100% sure. I can tell you this, I don't want to deal with either of them. All right, this is a Texas Tornado elimination tag team match. That means it will take not one, but two pinfalls or submissions in order to get to a winner. Both members of one team have to be eliminated. There's going to be a lot of action to try and keep up with in this one. I'm going to do my best, fans. Fighting his way back. Oh, Sullivan with a double sledgehammer, and down goes Luke. As Rotundo with a charging clothesline into the corner has got Butch Miller in trouble. Airplane spin. Taking a page out of the book of Mike Rotundo is Luke Williams, and he deposits Kevin Sullivan on the mat. Not only do you have to focus on your opponent, you have to also keep an eye on the opponent you're not directly competing with, because if he tries to pin your partner, you'd better be able to make the save. And right now, Mike Rotundo with the airplane spin, and he's got it on. He's won many matches with that. Let's see if he's going to get a pinfall here. Only a 2 count. Butch Miller still able to escape somehow. And now it is Kevin Sullivan in trouble. Power slam. Referee had got taken out. Rotundo striking the turnbuckle. He missed the target. 2 count on Sullivan, who manages to get a shoulder up off the mat. And now Butch Miller going for the pinfall. Gets 2 on Mike Rotundo. Now Kevin Sullivan in position, but the referee is not. Oh, wait just a minute. Kevin Sullivan just eliminated Luke. And now it is sheepherder Butch Miller in a 2-on-1 disadvantage of Butch Miller, who walks right into a tremendous backbreaker. Sullivan catching his breath, but Rotundo picking up. Butch Miller with no opportunity to gain. Look at this. Hooks the leg, does Rotundo. This could be it. We may be looking at new champions, and no. Butch Miller fighting his way back. You see Kevin Sullivan is still down on one knee. We wonder what sort of damage has been done to Sullivan. Oh, wait a minute. Mike Rotundo has been eliminated and Sullivan's still not moving. Butch Miller hammering away on Kevin Sullivan. But Kevin Sullivan has not moved. Referee taking a look at this one. We may have to call the 2K17 doctor. Clearly something wrong. All right, fans, that's it. We just got word. They are calling the match. Kevin Sullivan unable to continue. And the Sheepherders managed to survive as the Florida Tag Team Champions. Great job by 2K Sports. All right, fans, we are going to be bringing you all of the action right here from the Eddie Graham Sports Arena. The Florida Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Here is your challenger, Barry Windham. Of course, Barry Windham, no stranger here to Florida Championship Wrestling. The NWA bringing you the greatest matches across the land right here as part of course, the Great American Bash Tour. We are very happy that we can be a part of the Great American Bash as the NWA moves its way across the country. Of course, later tonight we are going to see the total package Lex Luger in action. As well as the Nature Boy Ric Flair defending the NWA World Heavyweight title, a very special treat. Right now, we get a look at the Florida Heavyweight Champion himself, Outlaw Ron Bass. I'll tell you, the Outlaw, he is one big, bad, tough son of a gun. He's an ornery individual, to say the least, and the blood runs thick between the Mulligan family and the Bass clan. Ron Bass has had issues with Barry Windham's father, Blackjack Mulligan, for quite some time. Tonight, it is the son going up against the wily Outlaw to see if he can take that Florida Heavyweight Championship away from him, and it won't be an easy task, I can tell you that. There it is, the Florida Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. under the auspice of the National Wrestling Alliance. There's his opponent. One of the most dangerous men in professional wrestling today. The one, the only, Outlaw Ron Bass. This big Texan right now, I'll tell you, once he got his hands around that Florida Championship, he has made everybody's life just a little bit more miserable here in the great state of Florida. As we come to you from the legendary Eddie Graham Sports Arena. As we do each and every week right here, the greatest wrestling on Championship Wrestling from Florida. All right, the challenger, Barry Windham, right off the bat, but look at this, the big Outlaw retaliating against Windham. Planting him face first into the mat. The champion and the challenger matching hold for hold now as we see Outlaw Ron Bass in trouble, but he's gotten right past that as he snaps Barry Windham hard to the mat. Oh, and Windham with a big drop kick, and down goes the champion. Now Barry Windham is going to have to fight with everything he's got in order to take that title away from Outlaw Ron Bass. I can tell you right now, the Outlaw will not give up without a fight. This is a guy you definitely do not want to run into in a bar. Windham, whoa, with a big uppercut now by Barry Windham. The Outlaw is in trouble as he is rocked, but now returns the favor. Northern Light suplex by Bass. Well executed indeed as Outlaw Ron Bass mounts the middle rope and comes down across the chest of Barry Windham. Oh, brother, and now it is Barry Windham hammering away on Ron Bass. He's got the Outlaw in the corner and he's in trouble. And Barry Windham with the Bulldog. His trademark maneuver. This could be the match. Outlaw Ron Bass grabs the rope, or this one might have been over. Puts a knee to the midsection. And again does Barry Windham. We are just weeks away from the Battle of the Belts. It's in NWA tradition, featuring the stars of Central Florida. Barry Windham now going up to the top rope, elbow drop, and the champion is in trouble. Oh wait, Ron Bass is in trouble. Windham with a claw, taking a page out of the book. Do we have a new champion? Will we crown a brand new champion? Ron Bass is fading, but manages to fight off somehow. And I'll tell you right now, very fortunate. I thought for sure we were looking at a new champion hunt. And now it is Bass going after Barry Windham. Sit out, slam, and down goes Windham. Oh, the champion doing everything he can. The challenger doing just as much, however, and right now I would say Barry Windham with the upper hand over Cowboy Ron Bass. Look at this, Windham driving the big Outlaw back into the steps. I mentioned earlier, these guys are no strangers to one another. The hatred between Outlaw Ron Bass, Blackjack Mulligan, Barry Windham, Kendall Windham, the entire clan. It goes very deep indeed. You'll notice Barry Windham sat back and waited for Ron Bass to come back in the ring. He did not want to win this on a countout. Of course, he wouldn't be able to take the title on a count out, and he knew it. Oh, Windham hammered away. And now it's the big Outlaw, Ron Bass, with that backbreaker. Barry Windham in trouble. Windham throwing him towards the middle of the ring, and now mounting the middle rope. Drives a fist down into the head. Oh, wait a minute. There is blood flowing down the forehead of the champion. Outlaw Ron Bass tasting his own blood, and we'll see what that does to him. Windham face first to the mat he goes. Oh my goodness. Look at the face of the champion, quickly becoming a crimson mask. Barry Windham off the ropes. There's the Bulldog, and he nails him with it. We may have a new champion right here. Referee gets 2, and that's all. Well, I'll tell you right now, Ron Bass in danger, in jeopardy of seeing the Florida Heavyweight Championship leave his side. Windham just got dropped. Big Outlaw going to work on Barry Windham now. He's in desperate times. He sees the damage that's been done, the blood running into the eyes, and he has to understand that if he does not act, and act quickly, it could be too little too late. As Barry Windham, a house of fire coming back on the big cowboy. Oh, look at this. Bass blocks the attempt. And now Windham returns the favor. Again, running the champion face first into the canvas. And now it is Barry Windham. With a claw, down he goes, and again, the Outlaw is in trouble. Not sure what just happened there, but somehow Bass managed to escape. It may have been the blood that Windham was unable to get a firm grip. And look at this. Turnabout is fair play, and Bass almost victorious there. Now driving the elbows down into the head of Windham. Boy, I'll tell you what, the referee might want to look at that cut on the head of Ron Bass, because he is in serious trouble right now. Windham going to take advantage of it, as he should. Nobody home. Bass had the wherewithal to get out of the way just in the nick of time. Windham once again setting Bass into the ropes. Drops down. Windham comes back out front. Back elbow finds the mark. Once again, the big Bulldog by Barry Windham. Bass in trouble. Oh, he's got it again, and there it is. The claw hold is on by Windham. Bass in trouble. Let's see if he has enough to get out of this one. Windham really cinching down on it. But the cowboy, the Outlaw, is able to escape that one. Russian leg sweep now by the champion, Barry Windham, doing the smart thing, rolling out to the floor to compose himself. But you see how much damage has been done to the champion. Ron Bass is in a world of trouble right now. Windham knows it. The blood pouring down. Bass is a mess right here. Referee once again looking at it. We'll see if there's something going to happen here. Sit out slam, and now Bass hooks the leg. And he gets the win. Outlaw Ron Bass victorious over Barry Windham. What a tremendous matchup we had here. This crowd here at the Eddie Graham Sports Stadium absolutely besides themselves. Well, I'll tell you something right now. Barry Windham recently going through some turmoil with his longtime tag team partner, Mike Rotundo. You have to wonder if perhaps some of that wasn't mentally weighing down on Windham. It's very possible. But heading into the Clash of Champions, we're going to see the Outlaw Ron Bass, your Florida heavyweight champion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our main event here live from Orlando, Florida's Eddie Graham Sports Stadium. As part of the Great American Bash, it will be the Battle of the Belts in just 2 weeks' time. The James L. Knight Center will be the setting in Miami, Florida. And right now, making his way down to the ring, he is one half of the World Class Championship Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Bruiser Brody. I don't know what to make of this. Bruiser Brody going up against Ric Flair. When you talk that anything can go, brother, you better believe it. Not only can it, but I believe it will, because Ric Flair fancies himself the dirtiest player in the game, and I don't know that they get much dirtier than Bruiser Brody, so the referee is probably going to have the toughest job here tonight. All right, there you hear it. The music begins to play, and there is the NWA World Champion Ric Flair making a rare appearance here in Central Florida. Championship Wrestling from Florida, proud to have the world champion on hand this week. With his busy schedule, it is not often that the champion is able to make his presence. Ric Flair has come to Florida in the past, and he has taken on the likes of Lex Luger, Barry Windham, Blackjack Mulligan, Dusty Rhodes, just to name a few, right here in this very facility. And tonight, add another legend to that list, Bruiser Brody. £10 of gold around the waist, the oldest wrestling championship competed for the NWA World Heavyweight title. And there's a good look at it. It's what the fans have come to see, and it is what these two men will be fighting for in just a matter of moments. The challenger, Bruiser Brody, standing nearly 7 foot tall, 300 pounds. One of the biggest opponents the Nature Boy Ric Flair has taken on to date. And there is the World Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. The leader of the Four Horsemen, standing here tonight without the barrier of Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Lex Luger, or even James J. Dillon. The grind of the champion's schedule, never an easy one, but probably no worse than it is in the month of July. This is his third title defense in 3 days, fans. The world champion, Ric Flair, putting it on the line against Bruiser Brody. You wonder, as this month drags on for the world champion, when does this night in, night out competition start to take its toll? Well, the strategy of Ric Flair early on, very smart, attacking the leg of Brody. If he can do some damage to it, if he can make him a one-legged wrestler, all of a sudden that big size and weight advantage is kind of erased. But there you see Brody with that belly-to-back suplex laying Ric Flair out. Tremendous overhand right. As I mentioned at the... Oh, look at it. Brody removing the turnbuckle pad, exposing the steel ring. As I thought at the onstart of this one, these are two guys that have no liking for the rules. And Bruiser Brody already setting up one of the corners. Flair, the dirtiest player in the game. We're going to really be finding out which of these two men get to keep that title. The winner of this one may walk away with more than just the one title. Flair with that backhand. Oh, I don't believe it. Then Nature Boy Ric Flair slapping Bruiser Brody. The world champion now in control, but Brody now fighting his way back. What's he gonna do here? He's got him up. Pile driver on Ric Flair. Of course, it is well documented the damage done to the neck and the back of Ric Flair in a plane accident many years ago. Doctors said he would never walk again. Then they said he'd never wrestle again, and Ric Flair has proven them all wrong. Not only has he come back to wrestling, he is at the highest level that the sport has to offer as the world champion. And now there's a torture rack. Backbreaker, and look at this, Brody. Maybe the new champion right here. Flair just barely getting his shoulder off the mat. Well, we were less than a count away from a brand new NWA world champion, and Ric Flair had to feel that one coming. Again, the champion paintbrushing Bruiser Brody, and you just don't see too many people even try that. Flair is up in the air. Oh, wait a minute. Slips down the back door. Russian leg sweep, and the challenger is down again. It was early on in the match we saw Ric Flair focusing on the leg of Bruiser Brody. He has not maintained that focus or attack, and I believe that's to his detriment. That is not to say that the champion hasn't had any other offense, but I think the idea of damaging the knee and the ankle and the leg in general was probably the one to stick with. As I mentioned, if you can make him a one-legged wrestler, then he becomes a much easier opponent. Flair now going for the figure four leg lock. He's got it cinched on him. Flair leading deep into the figure four. Bruiser Brody's in trouble. He can't reach the ropes. But he turns it over, and now Flair in trouble. The world champion had to release the hold or run the risk of injury. Big suplex right there by Flair. That reverse suplex getting the 300-pounder over. 2 count, and Bruiser Brody out the back door. Ric Flair knew what he signed on for with the Great American Bash, being the champion ever since taking that title back from the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, at Legends Mania 2. Oh, and now Flair, maybe the one who is injured outside the ring here, grasping the knee. Landing awkwardly is Ric Flair. Now Bruiser Brody back in. Still, we have the exposed steel. Perhaps Brody forgetting about that. He sent Flair into the corner, but he sent him into one that has a turnbuckle pad. Now Brody, what's he going to do here? He's got Flair up across the top rope. What is happening? Brody driving the knees into the midsection of the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Could be a new champion right here. There's two, and Flair manages just barely to get his shoulder off the mat. The look on the face of Bruiser Brody tells the story. Flair with a clothesline, and the challenger down again. Flair going to go for the cover. I doubt very seriously that'll be enough, and it is not. You're going to have to do a little bit more than that if you're going to hold Bruiser Brody down. Brody caught Flair, drops him on his head, and Flair in trouble. Brody hooking the leg. Referee is in position. 2 count only as Flair comes out the back door. I am very surprised that these two men have managed to keep the action inside the ring as much as they have. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Brody, one more time, has him up. And again, the Nature Boy Ric Flair able to escape. Shot to the midsection, and now the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Reversed by Brody. Caught him coming in, and now Bruiser Brody in trouble. Neither man taking advantage of the exposed. Look at this. Ric Flair dragging the eyes of Bruiser Brody across that top rope. Bruiser Brody feeling all of that. Dropping the elbow. Ric Flair going down for the cover. But if you're not going to hook the leg on a guy like Bruiser Brody, you should not expect to get the victory. The champion now waiting on the challenger. Flair going after the leg. Is he going to do it again? Applies the figure 4 leg lock, and Bruiser Brody in trouble. Bruiser Brody has got to figure out how to turn this over, or it'll be all over. Once again, the challenger managing to survive. Brody's got Flair up for that pile driver, but Flair was ready for it. There's the cover. Only going to get 2 once again. The Nature Boy Ric Flair driving the knee to the back of the head, bouncing the skull of Brody off the mat. And now into the exposed ring. We knew that it was going to happen sooner or later. If you're the champion, though, you were hoping it wouldn't be you, but it was. And Ric Flair is in really bad situation right here. Bruiser Brody hooks the leg. We've got 1. We've got 2. Once again, the champion managing to kick out. Give full credit to Ric Flair being able to survive that. Tremendous knee drop has taken many men out in the past, but now it is Flair with a shoulder tackle and Brody going down. The champion sizes him up once again, going after that leg. This will be the 3rd time. The figure 4 leg lock on, and Brody is again going to have to turn this thing over, or it may be over. Brody trying to turn it in. Flair fights it off, but Brody's successful. Now you have to start to wonder how much damage has it. Oh, look at this. The Nature Boy Ric Flair wasting no time. Going right back to work on it. And now Ric Flair doing the right thing. Taking out the leg of Brody. Brody connects with the big boot, and now the title in jeopardy. Flair returns the favor. Missed with the elbow drop, and now Bruiser Brody. The challenger trying to put this thing away. Could we have a new champion right here in Orlando? Powerful suplex, and now Brody. What is he doing here? Brody going all the way up to the top. And that knee crushing down onto the chest of the champion. He hooks the leg. 2. Did he get him? Oh my word, it looked like Bruiser Brody got the pin. I thought I heard the mat hit 3 times. But the referee said it was a 2 count, but Ric Flair is in desperate situation. The world title is hanging on by a thread. Flair putting the challenger into the corner, and Brody's in trouble. Reverses. We saw this earlier. Let's see what he's going to do with him this time. Brody's got Flair up on the top rope. By the throat choke, slams the champion to the middle of the ring. Flair just keeps coming back with more. Brody with a devastating uppercut. Ric Flair is up in the air. Power slam. The champion's in trouble. Brody making a huge mistake, in my opinion. Should have gone for the pinfall after that slam. I think he probably knocked all the wind out of the champion as he continues to use those knees, driving him to the back. The World Championship on the line here at the Eddie Graham Sports Stadium, and it is going to be anybody's match at this point in time. Flair with a knee to the midsection. Brody going down. The champion from the middle rope delivers the elbow on target. Now what is Ric Flair gonna do? Oh, again with that elbow, finding the mark, and Flair has got Brody in the middle of the ring. If he does what I think he's going to do, this should be it. Ric Flair, moments ago, looked like he was about to lose the World Championship, and now he is on the brink of victory. But Brody, reaching down deep, able to turn it over, and somehow Bruiser Brody once again survives. Nature Boy Ric Flair sending him into the corner, back elbow, finding the mark on the champion, who's up in the air, but Flair comes out the back door. Brother, what a nice back suplex right there. Flair going for the cover on Brody, does not hook the leg. Will that be enough? Yes, it is. Tremendous test for the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Victorious over Bruiser Brody, but what a matchup he had. Flair was tested. I'm very surprised that it did not spill out to the floor more than it did. These two men surprisingly kept it in the ring almost the entire match. Ric Flair by far came as close as he has come thus far, the Great American Bash, to losing that title. We heard the mat, and it sounded to me as if referee's hand struck 3 times. Now, it is possible that the momentum was something he could not stop, but end of the day, he said that it was only a 2 count. But there he is, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Fans, we remind you, we will have more championship wrestling from Florida as part of the Great American Bash in 2 weeks' time for Battle of the Belts. We expect to see you there. Until then, so long, everybody.